Praise the Lord.
Have a seat. Got a lot of questions. I think I can answer them very quickly. Question number one, why is it that women are allowed to preach in other Christian denominations and countries such as Indonesia? Because there are disagreements on how to understand passages like this and the passages that I've shown you in 1 Timothy. That's just the reality of it. And there are a lot of Christians that I respect and love who are great at what they're doing, who loves Jesus and who are definitely Christian, who would disagree with us. And I think that's okay. It's not. Some people will argue that this is essential for salvation. I don't believe that. I don't think this is essential for salvation. But I think we all need to come to this passage and see it as it is, rather than allow the culture that we live in now to direct our interpretation of it. I think we need to look at the passages that teach us not just particular passages, but the whole view that the Bible gives us between the distinction between men and women, and come to grasp with that reality that men and women are created differently. Even though status are equal, we are given different roles, particularly in the family and in the church. Question number 2. Does that mean women need to dress modestly at church? I think the answer to that is yes, in the same way as men should dress modestly as well. I don't think this is a women or men issue. I think this is a person issue. Again, it's the application of that principle that what we do matters to other people. You know, we live in a world that is so individualistic that we kind of say, hey, I can wear whatever I want. It is my individual decision. If you don't want me to wear it, if you have a complaint, then just don't look at me. We live in that culture, but that's not how the world works. We are all interconnected. So yes, definitely men and women should dress modestly. Now, you're not responsible for other people's action, for sure. Okay? I'm not suggesting that if you don't dress modestly and then someone who's really bad does something bad to you, it's your fault. I'm not saying that at all. You're not responsible for that person's action. I guess what I'm saying is we need to love other people. Right? That's it. What we do matters to other people. It affects them, so let's love them. And this is true not just for women, it's true for men as well. Just exactly what I was saying last week. Even the choice of our footwear, it affects other people, so do it in a way that loves other people. Right? Here's the last one. I think it's the last one. How does this passage, 1 Corinthians 11, 1-16, relate to single men and women at church? And it seems like the particular context at that time were married women dishonoring her husband by taking their head coverings off for one reason or another. How does it relate to single men and women at church? Well, in the same way that I just said to you, dress modestly, because how you dress or how you behave affects other people. So do something that would love the other person. Don't just say that it is your individual choice. We don't have that kind of culture in the Bible. That is an individualistic Western culture. That is not what the Bible teaches. But also, I think it relates to us in that even though you are not married, we need to honor God's design. We need to honor God's design. So part of that would be to, if you're part of church, you need to honor your leaders. The leaders that God has said, the elders that's been said to lead this church, honor them, as men would do the same way too. But women, one day maybe you will be married. Even if you are not married, you should relate to other men in a way that honors the fact that and celebrates the fact that women and men are made for different roles. And if we honor that, if we celebrate that, and I think that's what God wants us to do as single men and women. I think that's it. Let me just check. Yeah. If you have any more questions, if that answer was not satisfactory, ask again. I'll try it again next week. Let's finish our time together.